Is this thing on? That's in. Hello. Hi, friendly neighborhood inquisitor, Mr. Potato Bug, Killer Kriegsman, Mars, Alex, and Mars again. Killer Kriegsman's been a member for 8 months. 8 months of unadulterated winters. Thank you for your 8 months. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Stuart. David, yes, Stuart, you made it for the beginning rather than the end for a change. Well done. Well done. How's the sound? Are we okay? Is the sound okay? Hopefully the sound's okay. Raining outside. Down here, he's looking at me. Was it? Yeah? I think I just woke him up with the talking. Might bugger off in a minute because, you know, all the talking and things. Hello, Norm, again. Hello. Welcome. Well, hello, Chippenham. That's just down the road from me. In the NAM, you know. We don't talk about the NAM. Friendly Neighbour Inquisitor's been thank you for 14 months. 13th with 1 battle honour. You certainly are. After 14 months. That's a long time. That's a very long time. Are you going to stay or do you want to go? I left the door ajar just in case you want to bugger off. Because I know you're quite happy there. What does the red head mean? You got blue heads, red heads, green heads. Each of them is depending on how long you've been a member for. So like Killer Kriegsman up there has got a red head. He's 8 months. Friendly Neighborhood Inquisitor, green head, 14 months. Does that make sense? So yes, green is longer than red. Your dog just saw the cat. Hold him. Yeah, Spirit Warrior, you are here. You are here. The sound's good. Cat with a K, just like my wife. The sound is good. Good. And welcome to everyone who's in the Mug Club. Be it you're watching this now or watching it later. We didn't sell any mugs in the last week. No one joined the Mug Club in the last week. Someone bought a t-shirt today. I got the notification. But no one bought a mug. So there's still 38 of us out there in the world. Exclusive. And one of the ways you can support me is by buying a mug or becoming a channel member. Hello, hope you're having a nice day. Hi, Pierce Brosnan. I am having a nice day. Something bad happened, though. There's Stratton, not Swindon. Something bad happened. Look, my Thanatars, I got them to this stage. And look at that on the base there. Look, I ran out of Sterling Mud. Sterling Mud is one of those like non-oil or Dawnstone Grey. It's criminal if you run out of Sterling Mud. I ran out. That's because I did so many. I've painted 12 Thalax and 3 Castellax in the last week, as well as these bad boys. And so we are waiting for an order. It's not made of ceramite. It's made of the tears of my enemies. So I've made an order to Element Games. And another way to support me is at the end of all the videos is a link to Element Games. If you buy your stuff from Element Games by clicking on that link and going through there, then it supports me because you get extra crystals. I get extra crystals. Matthew Coman has joined the 13th. Welcome to the fleet, sir. Tier 3, in fact, which is good because you get an extra battle report every single Winter's Wednesday. And we're doing a little bit of a narrative with the 13th on the planet of Monthax. And tomorrow we go back to Monthax. Good morning from New Mexico. Mark Jackson. What percentage of the non-oil supply do I own? 1 minute. Look, hang on. Bye. He wants to find a quiet hole. A hole to hide inside. Pulled my thumb squeezing glue tube so much to try and finish building 2 times Dark Angel Salt Box. Ouch. We all get wargaming injuries from time to time. Pulling your thumb, cutting yourself. Then cats, he's gone. Like the stream, yes everyone. 22 likes on the stream so far. If you could let the machine spirit know that you're enjoying this by clicking on the like thing. Don't click on the like thing if you don't enjoy it. But it'd be nice to click on the like thing if you do enjoy it. Because it really helps out. Lots of content. Lots of free content. Liking the stream helps. Particularly all the VOD squad who watch this afterwards. If you're watching this afterwards, click on the like thing. Would you ever want to fight my Krieg again one day? Yes, is the answer. Don't talk about that book. Tell me what to paint next. I don't want to talk about the book. I don't want to talk about it. There's still a few people. I checked in the Discord. There's still a few people who aren't there with the book yet. So I think we need to wait. I don't know what you need to paint. What have you got, Norm? Again, what have you got? I'm doing fine. Mick the Machine, member for 22 months, and he's got a green head. Do you see, green head? I think it goes to a different colour after 24, but 22 months is a very long time. Thank you, Mick. Have managed to make 2 boxes of Centurions, quarter taller to make them look more imposing through kit bashing. Now they are units and a half, like Winters. Yeah, those Teletubby guys. Space Marines inside of Space Marines. Hey, let's put on power armor, and then let's go inside another suit of power armor. Doesn't make any narrative sense to me at all. Why don't they just plug themselves into the bigger Centurion suits straight away? It becomes an extension of themselves, just like a Dreadnought is an extension of themselves. The only way it makes sense to me is in the Centurion boxes. Imagine if they deep struck them onto the battlefield and your regular Marines could get inside them and walk around and then eject themselves out of them. You know, they were like suits they could get in and out of, you know. Dear, we're not talking about the book. I'm not sure. Aidan Smart, 24 months. Yellow head, you see. He's got some yellow head. That's some good head right there. For 24 months. A long time. Thank you. I am well. Any idea if we'll see the 13th in action again anytime soon? Well, like I said, there was... we did a fight against we're starting a narrative on Monthax in the Sabbath World system. And there was that fight against the Emperor's Children. With Rick Shazam, the cameraman, and tomorrow, 4 members on the Winter's Wednesday is another one with the 13th back on the planet Monthax. So yes is the answer. Tomorrow is the answer. Releasing Dwarves has left me looking like Edward Scissorhands. It's because of all the cuts and all the things and all the stuff. Do we talk about the book? I don't think we should talk about the book. I don't think we should talk about the book yet. The book, The End and the Death. Has anyone... Last time I asked this to the chat. Okay, chat. I asked how many people were reading it and how many people had finished it. And there was 1 person who had finished it. So let's ask again. 1 if you're reading The End and the Death. Put in the chat 1 if you're reading End and the Death. And 2 if you've actually finished The End and the Death. It has more than 1 person finished The End and the Death yet. Or are more people reading it now? 1 if you're reading it, 2 if you've actually finished it. 2. We've got 2 twos. We've got 3 twos. We've got a 3 and a 5. That's my chat. Well done, chat. 3, don't care. The dice are not available. What if you haven't got there yet? 3 haven't started. 2s, 3, 2s, 2. So yeah, there's a lot of people who haven't started it. I guess that's the 3s and the 5s. We have got 2s are the finishing though. 2s are finishing. Last week there was 1 person, and now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people have actually finished it this time. 3 is for I'll read it when I get to it. I'm on book 30. What's this all about? I don't know. Mark Jackson's been a member for 29 months. Have I been doing the members for that long? That's amazing. Thank you for your support. Thank you. I'll try and keep up the good work. What were those walkers you showed earlier? These are Thanatars. They are from the Mechanicum in AdMech, in Mechanicum in 30k, Horus Heresy. 235 point models with really big guns and graviton hammers. They're basically designed to be anti-tank killers. They're either to shoot the really big gun or punch with a really big gun. I've got 2 of the Thanatars with the plasma mortars and wanted 2 of the Thanatars with the anti-tank stuff, because the ones with the plasma mortars are more anti-infantry. Press 1 of Winter should talk about the end of the death of Sanguinius. Part 3 will be my free book on Audible in March, ready for my trip to England. You're painting... They do look sweet. Oh, thank you. There are major retcons to stay vague for those who are reading it. Major retcons? I wouldn't say major retcons. I would not say that. The book did what it said on the tin, was indeed the end, and there were deaths. But then again, it's the Siege of Terra, so it's not exactly unexpected. You liked it. The mortars are the bane of my custodies. The mortars do hurt stuff. Peter Butchins, 24. Thank you for your 24 months. 2 years of fun. Thank you. You legend. your favorite book from the Horus Heresy series. It changes, but okay. Graham McNeil books. The Outcast Dead is awesome. Mechanicum is awesome. It's just those two you could read again and again. Betrayer is awesome. No Fear is awesome. In the Solar War series, I forget, is it Echoes of the Eternity, the one that ADB did just before the end of the death? That's awesome. Mind you, the one that Dan Abnett did about what's the gate? Begins with S. Saturnine. That one was awesome. I don't know if the Solar War counts as the Horus Heresy series, though. Favorite book out of the whole Horus Heresy series. The one that I like going back to again and again and again is probably Mechanicum. I must have done that one about 6 times, but then it's just, I mean, I like the AdMech. I like AdMech. They're my favorite lore faction. Brian Adams duet with Tina Turner on It's Only Love, totally a Warhammer question. It's a great duet. That's right. Flight of the Eisenstein. Oh yeah, the first 3. How could I forget? The Galaxy in Flames, The Fall of Isfahan 3. Just, it's incredible. Unremembered Empire doesn't get enough love. Unremembered Empire is a very good book. It's a great book. It's a fantastic book. Yeah, I was just thinking more of like standalone. I mean, that finds itself, because the Horus Heresy starts off as a chunk, right? Book 1, 2, 3, and to some extent 4. And then you've got the bit at the end, the Soul of War. And in between it goes all over the place, except for a bit in the middle, which is like Betrayer, Pharos, Unremembered Empire, No Fear, Falcon Lives, sort of pulls it together again in the middle. So, I mean, I've read the first few books and those middle books so many times now, it feels more like a series to me. It feels... The first 3, you can't read the first book without finishing the third book. It feels more like Lord of the Rings, a trilogy to me, than it does a single book. So when you say the best book, I was thinking solo book, and it's got to be Mechanicum, I think. I've finished my coffee. Where are we? Listen to the Master of Mankind. Master of Mankind. It's another good one. What is people's favorite books in the Horus Heresy series? What is your favourite book in the Horus Heresy series? Let's discuss it. Hi, Just Craig. Thanks for dropping in. What's your favourite book, Just Craig, in the Horus Heresy series? Hope we get a bit more on Magnus and Perturabo in the future for 40k. So do I. Holla from Spain. Guys in Spain. Back to the UK next month with your Flesh Terrors. Flight of the Eisenstein was good. Fulgrim one is your favourite book. Fulgrim was one of those which was hard the first time round, but I really enjoyed the second, third, fourth time round. Saturnine. Luther is not in the Horus Heresy series. Free Radio Armageddon. The first is the best, in my humble opinion. Yeah, the first one, we have Murder. 6319. It's nice, man. Fulgrim was excellent for me. I expected it to be terrible. There's a bunch of people... See, Fulgrim, the first 4... Don't get me on the Fulgrim. It's good. It's good the second time. It's better the second time around. First 5 Horus Heresy books will always be the best. MOMK, Blake Anderson. Master of Mankind. Fave has to be 1,000 Suns. 1,000 Suns is really good as well. I know a lot of people preferred... Again, 1,000 Suns is one of those because it's split over quite a period of time. And most Graham McNeil books start off slow. And then the second half of the book, they're really solid. So Master of Mankind is the first time we meet the Emperor. It's the first time we go to Isfahan. It's the first time we go to Ullanor. It's the first time we go to Nicaea. It's good. I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor. Nice. I hope we get a Scouring series. They've said there will be some, right? Some Scouring. No Fear. Fantastic. The scene operating on Mangron from Mechanicum. Yeah. Woodsy, 25 months. Thank you for your 25 months. Finally found this chat option. 25 months of awesome content. We must have a game one day. We must, sir. We must. Master of Mankind is my fave. Titan Death is your favourite. Killer Kriegsman, really? Titan Death. Okay. I don't think many people will agree with you on that one. That one has got lots of Titans in, which is lovely. But it can get... it's a bit thick. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do all the books blur into one for anyone else? Yes, Monkey, they do. Thanks for coming along, Monkey. Good to see you in the chat. You also like Fury of Magnus. I liked Fury of Magnus as well. Of the short stories, I mean, Fury of Magnus was good. Sons of the Selenar was good. A Prince of Crows or The Last Church probably being the best of the short stories. The Last Church actually is one of those weird ones where I couldn't get the hype. I liked it when I read it because I read it on the anthology the first time it goes through. And the audiobooks obviously came after. And I've read the first half, 2/3 of the Horus Heresy quite a few times. And I didn't get the hype with The Last Church. And then only recently I heard it on audiobook for the first time, The Last Church. And I thought, aha, this is why people like it so much. Because the audiobook for The Last Church is really good. There's a few audiobooks out there that actually have a little bit of music and a little bit of background effects in them. And The Last Church has got that. And it's also very dialogue heavy between the Revelation and that guy there who may or may not be Foe, which we're getting on to the end of the death now. Basilia Foe, who's also in Godblight or mentioning Godblight, and there's the linking with what happened there, and Chase, Lillian Chase, the linking, but we're not talking about it yet. Valdor is good. The Primarch books, the 3 Primarch books you must read, homework projects. Good shout, Blake, to all the chat. Valdor, Birth of the Imperium, Alfarius, and Kurz, Night Lord Sky. Read them. They stand above the others. Titan Death is some real heavy metal. Yeah, I see what you did there. It's good. What is a good 40k book rather than Heresy? Okay, good 40k books. Again, homework project, Stuart. Everyone in the chat. Eisenhorn, Magos, Ravener, Beckwin. The Eisenhorn, Ravener lot by Dan Abnett. The Night Lords trilogy, along with Taran Horus and Black Legion by ADB. Really good books. All of the Gaunt's Ghosts, really good books. Start there. You'll like all of them. Some people, very few people, might not like it as much as others, but most people, 99% of people, will really love those. First 3 Eisenhawks and Beckwin minimum. There we go. Brotherhood of the Snake, very good. The original Ragnar Blackmane are some of my faves, but Monkey, that's because you're a massive Space Wars fan. I haven't read the Ragnar Blackmane ones. Emperor's Gift. Perfect, thanks. Yeah, go away, do Eisenhorn, come back after Eisenhorn. Do Eisenhorn, do Magos between Eisenhorn and Ravener. Also, there's some nice bits when you get to the end of the Beckwin trilogy, of which we've only had 2 so far, which kind of link back to the... It's nice. Double Eagle is good. Necropolis by Dan Abnett. Did you know, I've talked about this, that I am listening to Gaunt's Ghost through on Audible for the first time after reading them many, many times. And I literally, while I was painting away today, literally just finished Necropolis, which is book 3 of Gaunt's Ghosts. And we are now 1 hour and 48 minutes into Honor Guard, book 4. I've got 8 hours and 24 minutes left of Honor Guard, book 4 of Gaunt's Ghosts. Loving it. And then someone told me in the chat last week that Toby Longworth, who's one of the really good narrators, that he doesn't do 2 of the books in the Gaunt's Ghost series, so I'm not looking forward to that. All their accents changing and everything. Devastation of Baal is best for me. Ooh. No Xenos books. No. And no capes. Simply Warhammer, thank you for gifting 1 membership. I didn't see you in the chat. Thank you for gifting a membership. You legend. Thank you. Devastation of Baal has to be the all-time top 5 of everyone's favourite 40k book. Simply phenomenal. Look, if you're going to do... So that's a recommendation out there for the chat. If you're going to do Devastation of Baal, make sure you do Dante first. Do Dante's book, then Devastation of Baal. It'll make Devastation of Baal better for you. Devastation of Baal, I thought was good, but it's not in my top 5. You're a Blood Angel collector. Yes, it's not in my top 5. Is it? Spear of the Emperor is very good. Spear of the Emperor is good. You should read them after you've done the Black Reach ones. Infinite and Divine is great as well. I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it. Infinite Divide. Hello, go for it painting. If you can, Winters, there's a postscript story to Necropolis that was in Inferno. Very worth finding. Now, Matthew Connor, that's a good thing. So if you listen to the Gaunt's Ghosts series on Audible, it's just the books themselves. If you get them on Kindle, or they're now in omnibuses, like it's got the Founding with the first 3 books, then the Saint with the next 4 books. If you get the omnibuses, the Omnibuy, Black Legion novel, yeah. If you get the Gaunt's Ghosts, how do you say omnibuses? Is it Omnibuy? Is it Omnibuy? If you buy the Gaunt's Ghost big books with all the books in together, which you can get from Black Library, because there's a bunch of books that you can't get from Black Library, and you can get them on Kindle, in the omnibuses, they also have the short story, Omnitrains, thank you. If you get the Omnitrains, they also have the short stories in there as well. Which is good, because I've read a chunk of the little short stories that were released here, there, and everywhere, but I hadn't hit them all. So I've got all the little books down there, but I bought the omnibuses, Omnitrains on purpose, so you could get the little ones. And so the postscript ones are basically, if you want the full Gaunt's Ghost experience, get the Omnitrains, because then it's got all the short stories in as well. Well worth it, wicked. But if you want the full thing, then you're going to need to do Double Eagle and Titanicus, because they are spin-off stories set in the Sabbath worlds as well. Mick Rashid gifted 5 memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Mick Rashid. Absolute legend. Stepping up to the chat all the time, Mick Rashid. Stepping up with your generosity, helping me out there, helping out the community. I see you. I see you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. Can we give him a warm round of applause, please? Can we give Mick Machine a warm round of applause? I think he's deserved a warm round of applause. And Killer Kriegsman saying hit the like button. That would be helpful. Eisenhorn Omnibus is golden. Dante must be read first. Winters, what a character. Yes, the Dante character is really good. Read Dante, then do Devastation of Baal. Any applause for Mick? Any? The correct plural is omnibuses. 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 It doesn't sound right. It sounds like a bus on one wheel. Like if you see a bus go by, an omnibus. Omnibuses. Like many buses going by on one wheel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No round of applause for you, Mick. They don't care. I don't think you could get all of the Gaunts on the... What are we talking about? Omnibuses was that comedy from... I enjoyed Praetorian of... Yes. Praetorian of Terror was nice. I know some people who didn't like that one, but I really liked that one because it spent most of its time on Terror in the Soul System. And you don't get much Dawn love during the Horus Heresy. Much of Rogel Dawn, and it's nice having a book about Rogel Dawn. I mean, The Lightning Tower, again, one fantastic short story, The Lightning Tower, with Rogel Dawn in it, talking to Malkador and Constantine, tearing down the... They talk about the Imperial Palace as being the shining beacon on the hill. They talk about it being the palace, and they had to build... I mean, it's the whole of the Himalayas is turned into this palace. And there's a line in it, which is, you might see other palaces as you go about the galaxy. There's Fred's palace, there's Tim's palace, there's Sandra's palace, those sorts of things. But if you came to this palace, you would be under no illusion that this is the palace for the Emperor of the galaxy. It stands apart. Some of the best architects from across the galaxy, some of the best engineers and artists from across the galaxy poured their best work. Money was no object into it. It was a work of art, a shining beacon of hope and light, rationality, science and imperial truth. And Dawn had to tear it down and wrap its skin in iron and steel. And he's having a bit of a meltdown about it. The Lightning Tower, it's really good. It's really good. Favourite part of the Devastation of Baal? Well, you know the bit at the end. The bit with the thing and the stuff. And then, you know, Guilliman and the thing. And he's tired. And he's like, this is over now. I've done my bit. I've been around for a long time. I'm a bit of an old boy. And Guilliman says, congratulations, you've been promoted. That bit. That's really good, right? Carrion Throne, Hollow Mountain, Dark City, they're all good. Cephas Cain books are nice, light-hearted read. They are. Book 4 is the really good one in Cephas Cain. Cephas Cain books can be a little bit samey, but they are really good. If you want to dip into the Cephas Cain series, then do the book 4 one with the orcs in it. Favorite character on the buses? It's Malcador. I agree with Dan Abnett. Malcador is my favorite character. What was the Horus Heresy about the Girl Guard banner holder? I want to read that one again. The Horus Heresy book about the Girl Guard. I can't remember. What is the Horus Heresy book about the Girl Guard banner holder? Which one is that one? I don't read much. Looking forward to the Art of the Horus. Yes, they're saying they're releasing the Art of the Horus Heresy book thing. That'll be good. There'll be some nuggets in that one. Book 1 of The End of the Death. So grand. But then the moment with Dawn leaving a single tear on Sanguinius' armor and the return single drop on doors. That bit was good, Stuart Fields. Basically, Sanguinius comes into the Golden Throne. And for the first time in months or however long, Dawn walks in there. Sorry, he's walking in. No, Sanguinius comes in there. Dawn's already there. Basically, they meet each other in the Golden Throne. And Dawn is worn down. This foundation, this rock, this mountain of a man who's been defending the Imperial Palace for 9 long months. And Sanguinius looks at him and gives him a hug. Damn, that brought a tear to my eye as well. And Dawn's like, "Ooh, don't touch me. Personal space." And there's like, oh. Because it's Sanguinius. He was the best of them. 2 Primarchs hugging. And one leaves a tear on one armor. One leaves a spot of blood on the other armor. Just those moments, man. Just those moments. Look, Winters, I'm an angel. Where are we? The Unremembered Empire? Why are you not ready to talk about it? Girl Banners 1. Minkalesk. Okay. What are you not ready to talk about? I was sort of talking around The End and the Death, Volume 3. We're sort of talking around the end of the Horus Heresy series. That's what we're sort of talking around at the moment. And we're having a nice chat right now, Don Quixote, about the Horus Heresy. Don Quixote, have you read any of the Horus Heresy? See, I don't want to spoil it for people because there were quite a few people when we did the poll, quite a few people who have finished it now, but there's still a few people who haven't got there yet. And do we want to talk about it? I don't think I really want to. See, I want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it yet. Because, mind you, also know there's a chunk of people who are like on book 30, on book 2. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it yet. I would feel bad if I spoiled the thing. Spoiler, everyone dies. Talk about it. I could talk about it. We could talk about it if you want me to talk about it, if people ask. I think we'll do some hand waving for spoiler talk, and then hand waving for spoiler talk is over if people want to talk about it. But damn, yeah, it's a bit like reading Titanic. The boat sinks. It's a bit like you read the book and he ends up on the throne, guys. I was hoping they would do spoiler talk. Mute it if you don't want to know. And then when I wave my hands again, you're gonna. I was hoping Dan Abnett would do something crazy like the Emperor actually died. Wouldn't it be mental if the Emperor actually died and it's been Malcador on the throne all this time? Like proper twist like that. I mean, there's been some proper twists during the Horus Heresy, like Alpharius and Omegan. Alpharius and Omegan, we didn't know, and now it's out there, and we know. But people starting the hobby, people new to the hobby, don't know about those. It's a key thing. But he didn't do that. Anyway, come back. I talked a bit. You were there the day I did a live stream. Every Tuesday we do live streams. Every Tuesday we do the Talkie Tuesdays. Sometimes on the Tuesday it will be an STD as well. I will put an STD out there for the world to consume. But Warsmith Chris, he hatched an egg. He has a hatchling running around all over the place, which means A, he isn't getting much sleep. B, he stinks of baby poo right now, so I don't want anything to do with him. Once he's got actually a little bit of sleep and can hold a coherent conversation and had time to actually go and shower and wash the puke and the stink off of him, then we'll do another STT and give it to you. Can you ask a spoilery question? You can. Isn't it a twist not to do a twist these days? Probably. It's all the Cabal's fault. Them and John Kamagras. Well, it's not. Oh, and Ollie, he's to blame. No, it's not the Cabal's fault. Ollie Pearson isn't to blame too. That's all lies. He's trying to trying to stoke the yes. But you can ask a question if you want to. How about that ride in, eh? How could you actually end a 17-year-old series well? How can you please all the people all the time? Can you please all the people all the time? I don't think he could never. Dan Abnett, he could never. He was on it's got to be the hardest writing gig in his career. And we're talking about the guy that wrote the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you think that Games Workshop will bring back the Emperor as a healed, active ruler? I don't... They might break glass in case of emergency in many years down the line, but I don't think they will anytime soon. I think what Games Workshop are doing now is they're bringing back all the Primarchs one by one. And we've got quite a few to go. We've got 5 back in active... models for 5 of them running around in active service right now in the 41st millennium. We know of 15 of them. We know that 3 definitely died. So they've got 10 more of them to go before they actually start poking at the idea of bringing the Emperor back to life. Thank you. Sire Esco, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Legend. Appreciate you. Any wild speculation now that it's all over? I think there are big plans for Vulcan considering how much his story changed from the old lore. Well, yes, his story changed massively from the old lore. For example, the first time I saw the cover art for Vulcan Lives, that brought a tear to my eye as well, because up until that point, we were all under the impression that Vulcan died, hit by an atomic on Isfan 5. And suddenly there was a book out that called Vulcan Lives. As all the books in the Horus Heresy series, from the beginning to the end, the ones that I was so keen to read, like A Kid Before Christmas, and was difficult to sleep the day before, was the first one, was the last one, and when I got my hands on Vulcan Lives, it's how does he live? How is he alive? What the hell? And then the twist in Vulcan Lives. So that was a massive change. The fact that Vulcan's around at all is a big, big, big change to his lore. So any wild speculation now that it's all over? It's gonna link. The wild speculation is the Yellow King, the return of Constantine Valdor now, and the impact that will have on the current 40k setting. So Lillian Chase, Foe, Valdor, the Inquisitor. That series has got characters in that were in The End and the Death. Foe isn't in the Beckwin lot yet, but he is specifically mentioned in Godblight. So I think he's still around somewhere, particularly as we now know that he can clone and stick himself into other... He's a spoiler. Go ask Foil Rack. Foil Rack will definitely put on his foil cap and give you many, many, many speculations about where we're going and what we're doing and blah, blah, blah. One of the things I do like, though, is that they're leaving the core rule writing to the Black Library authors rather than people who write the books and the stuff. They're doing some real... They're allowing them to move the narrative forward, which is very nice. Ferris could be back. Yeah. Well, there is the short story in the Horus Heresy where Ferris is playing chess with Horus or Fulgrim or someone, but it's not Ferris. And then it's the next Ferris. Then it's the next Ferris because Fabius Bile is cloning Ferrus manaces to have a chat with a Primarch. I forget which Primarch it is. Brain, too many things. Anyway, they're having a... But even his clone starts realizing something's not quite right and starts freaking out at some point and starts to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. Dan has finished with that third book, right? Yes, it came out last Saturday. The End of the Death Part 3 is now out. So you can read the whole of the Solar War, which I would highly recommend. It is banging, and it's really good on Audible as well. Black Library authors and book authors, what's the difference? Same thing. I mean, the book authors, as in the guys who write the codexes and stuff. There was a period, particularly in 7th, 8th, and early 9th, where they were letting the codex authors, the Timmies who sit in the office at Games Workshop, who are not New York Times top 10 best-selling authors like ADB or Guy Haley or Dan Abnett, people. They had these guys writing stuff into the books, into the codexes, into the rule books, into things like Dark Omens and the Psychic. They had them writing, moving the lore forward into those type of source books. And most of the time, they're not very good at that. With the exception being the, Dark Omens, the one at the launch of 10th with the big arc ships in it. Damn it. Where are my books? They're not here. You know the ones where the Return of the Lion and Vashtor and all of that, what are they called? Something, guys, are you guys getting a lot of adverts tonight? Arcs of Omen, yes. With the exception of that, the Arcs of Omen lore in there is actually quite good. The Gathering Storm books, for example, for the launch of 8th edition, the Arcs of Omen books in there, the Gathering Storm lore is solid and is essential reading, but it's not particularly well written. You guys are getting a lot of adverts. I'm not going to be able to fix that mid-screen, but... Adverts. I've written it on my thing. There is a way that you can mess with the frequency of adverts, and I'll get the tech priests onto it once we're done. You're getting ads every 5 minutes. Edit. Look, there's an edit button up there, but if I touch that, I'm going to break shit. So we're not touching the edit button midstream, okay? But I hear your prayers, and I will get she who must be obeyed onto the thing. Use adblock. Yeah, I use YouTube YouTube Premium, the one so you don't get adverts from YouTube all the time. Basically, I don't watch much Netflix or whatever those. I don't watch very many of them, just some. Most of my screen time is YouTube these days, and the adverts they were getting it. I don't want to be shown an advert about babies ever again. I don't want to be shown an advert about here's a great spatula and it gets the eggs off you. I don't want that. I'm never gonna change a nappy, and I'm never gonna use that I don't want those things in my algorithm. So I got the YouTube Premium. I use that. It's the best $11.99 I've spent ever. She's got all the things like the Netflixes and the Primes and the things. She loves those things. That's her hobby is crappy TV. Me, I got the Premium. Can recommend it. 10 out of 10. I got Premium too. Ads are the devil. Thank you. Do people not use ad blockers? I don't know how to make ad blockers work on the phone. And I also know that if you put ad blockers on your computer and watch a lot of stuff through the computers, that sometimes YouTube does like a purge of people. I've had messages from people in the Discord and stuff, from people who have had bang-ins with YouTube because they're using ad blockers and the things. Baby nappy adverts. No, don't want baby nappy. YouTube Premium is 100% worth it. Yeah, baby nappy adverts. That's the thing. You talk about baby nappies. Is there any other kind of nappies? I guess there's old people nappies. You talk about stuff like that close to your phone, and before you know it, your phone is showing you adverts about baby nappies, right? It works. It knows. It listens. It says it doesn't listen. They say they don't follow you everywhere, but they know and they listen. Supplant, up there. What are we not talking about? We are not talking... We're sort of talking around the End of the Death Volume 3. We're sort of talking around it without trying to spoil it for too many people. And I hope it's not the event at Cardiff on the 29th and 30th of June. Yes, hi. Hi, chat, and hi to the VOD squad who watch this afterwards. There is an event called Chaos something. Anyway, Plant is running an event for the 13th Fleet for my community at Firestorm Games in Cardiff on the 29th and 30th of June this year. It's going to be 4 games across 2 days, 2 2,000-point games on the Saturday, 2 2,000-point games on the Sunday. I will be there. So if you would like to come along, if you'd like to have the opportunity, one of the chances to play against me, one of the 4 people who gets that glorious opportunity, if you'd like to meet me, then that's the place where I'll be at 29th to the 30th of June. Going to be there. Chaos Rising event? Realm of Chaos. Thank you, Supplant. Realm of Chaos. To get your tickets, you then go into the Discord. If you want to become, if you're not in the Discord, then to get in the Discord, you need to be at least a tier 2 channel member or higher. And then you get access to the Discord. And then there's a link. Then in there, there'll be the Realm of Chaos thread. Click on that, get your tickets, boom. Then I still haven't booked my hotel for that because people are saying we're staying at the Travel Lodge at Church. I asked where are most people staying, and it looks like Cardiff City Centre on a Saturday night is it. So it's going to be wild. Anyone who is going, please don't buy me any drinks. Do not. I will say yes, you see, and no shots and things like that. I don't drink that much. And then I do remember the last time I went to Cardiff, and it was a stag do, and we got so messy. There's only been 2 occasions in my entire long life where I've drunk so much I have no recollection for, when you get so blind drunk, there's a couple of hours or longer where you can't remember anything at all. And only 2 occasions in my life where that's happened to me. And one of those occasions was the last time I went to Cardiff, which actually, no, I went to Cardiff like a couple of years ago for another event at Firestorm. But the last time I went to Cardiff City Centre, it was a stag do. I got blind drunk in the evening. There's a few hours of my life. I was with the boys at some pub. I mean, we went to one place, another place, went to comedy club, did all the things. And then after the comedy club, I have no recollection of where I got to, what I got up to. And then I found myself wandering the streets of Cardiff about 5 o'clock in the morning with the dawn light coming up in the air. And I was miles away from Cardiff City Centre. I think I was so drunk that I tried to walk home from Cardiff to Swindon, which is about 100 miles. That's the only rationale that I've had in my head, because there was a time when I did have that homing instinct when I was a student, when I'd got nutso, that I would zombie out and just try and, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. So I think that's what I did in Cardiff. And and I found myself like, and I flagged down a taxi and I said, I'm staying at some inn. He said, what do you know what one? And I said, I don't know, but it's got this big orange sign out the front of it. And he said, I know the one. And he took me there. And I remember stumbling into the lobby of this big hotel thing. It was on, and then going up to the front desk at 5 a.m. and saying, I've got a key card for this place. Is this place? And the person behind the desk said, yes, that's one of our key cards. And I was like, yes. And then I got back to the room, and the boys were like, where the hell have you been? And I was like, I don't know. That's Cardiff for you. 1 minute. Hang on. Are you coming in? You asked. No. He just wanted the door open. I open the door. I turn around. He's got his back to me. Dave Meakin, thank you for gifting a membership. You are a legend. Thank you very much. Thank you. Any plans to bring back Sultan's Death Watch for a follow-up narrative campaign? Midnight Broken, not at the moment. Are you giving warnings about your terrible life choices again? Hi, Sultan Plays. Yes, my terrible life choices do not get blind drunk in Cardiff. So when we go there, if you're going there, I'll see you 29th to 30th. Tickets in the Discord, in the Winters SEO Discord. I think there's like 40 odd places, but if we sell out, we can go up to 80 odd places. We can add some more tickets. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. William, thank you for your donation. Great meeting you at King of the North. Cheers from Somerset. I've been blind drunk in Somerset as well. The cider down there is lovely. But thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. You're in Vancouver, Alec. What's the weather doing in Vancouver? I heard that there was some kind of weather event up the west coast of America. Did it touch Vancouver as well? Like people are like drowning. It's like England on a Tuesday. Cat doesn't want in. Just simply wants the option. I know. William makes great cheese. Huh? And we've got Germany. We've got Vancouver. We've got Wales. What's your thoughts on the new Dark Angels? They look lovely. The weather's pretty shite in Vancouver, is it? Is it snowing? I've been to Vancouver once. It was nice. That's where Play on Tabletop are from. What's your thoughts? Yeah, they're nice. I like the look of the new Dark Angels. I like the new big, chonky Terminators. I like the upgrade sprue. They do look good. They're good. Like most of the new Space Marine models look good, right? Adelaide, Australia. Took my cat for a vaccination today. Now you have a grumpy cat. Hi, Sullivan Gilbert. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, they don't like that. If you could choose who would be next primary to prime, the next one to return it. If I could choose, I want to see Corax come back because they change the law all the time, but the current official / unofficial law that hasn't been updated for a very, very long time, for about 20 years, is that he embraced. You know, all the Primarchs have got a beard of the warp inside them that the Emperor stole far from the gods and put a bit. They're not entirely human. I mean, descriptions of Magnus, he wasn't really a flesh thing to begin. One of them can go invisible. One of them can't. Well, Corax, not seeing when he doesn't. One sees the future. They've all got their... Anyway, Corax embraced his inner caca, and he's supposed to be like a shadowy crow demon monster. Make of that what you will. But even though he's a shadowy crow demon monster, he's still a good guy. He's been in the warp, in the Eye of Terror, hunting bad guys for the last 10,000 years, and 10,000 years in the Eye of Terror can be 10 minutes, can be 10 months, can be... But he's been in there doing Raven Guardy things. It would be good to see him come back out of the Eye of Terror and look around at the Empire, at the Imperium, at the state it is in now, and go, no, I'm not entirely in agreement with this sort of thing. Here's an idea. I said this before. No love for Dawn. No one likes Dawn. No one likes yellow. It's all a myth that everyone hates the Imperial Fist. Wouldn't it be good if they launched Warhammer 40k 12th edition or whatever, and Leman Russ comes back, and Corax comes back, and they're in the launch box, and before they come back, there's a trilogy, and the first book is like Corax, and Dan Abnett does it. The second book is like Leman Russ and Chris Wright does it, and then the third book is all of them together, and it's Dan Abnett, and the book comes out at the same time as the launch, and it's about these two good guys fighting each other because Russ is all like and Corax is like, no, we could do it another way, and they have a fight, and you've got two new Primarchs coming back to the scene, and the schism running down the middle of the Imperium that we have now. Belisarius Caul's doing some dodgy stuff. You've got the Yellow King. You've got Wormwood drilling new webways. There's lots of stuff happening now in 40k, which could be tidied up a little bit, and a couple of more Primarchs throwing their oar in would be interesting. I'd like to see it. Dawn was great in the book we're not talking about. He was very good in the book we're not talking about. We've sort of talked about it a little bit, Sultan. We've skirted around it, but he was lovely. His story arc was lovely. One of the really... Spoilers. When I wave my hands again, you can come back if you don't want to be spoiled. But spoilers for anyone who doesn't want any spoilers for the end of the death. Hand waving, when you see the hands again, come back. One of the things I quite liked about it was the Emperor has changed with the Dark King thing. He's not the same person that started the Endless Day. And Dawn has changed because he lived for a long time. So he's changed. Valdor lived like 30 seconds in there. But he's changed because of the spear, which his spear touches things, and then he knows the thing, like even Horus grabbed the... So he's changed, and he's a bit uncertain. And Vulcan, the unspoken sanction, he's our only morally up... Not our only, but... He's one of the most morally upstanding Primarchs that we have. And the unspoken sanction was a line that he didn't want to cross. I mean, it was unspoken, but he did. And we don't deal too much at the very end of the book with what happens to these characters. We just know that the Emperor, Valdor, Dawn, these guys have been irreparably... Before the Day of Days... They were the people that we knew throughout the whole of the 17 years of the Horus Heresy. After the end of the Day of Days, they're changed. It's Frodo coming back, and Sam and Pippin and Merry coming back from Mount Doom. You never get to go home again. But at a deeper Primarch level, I liked that. So there's so many loose threads that new authors could play with. My poor golden baby. Greetings, Stephen McGrath! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. You're not talking... I'm not talking about it. I've stopped talking about it. You can come back now. I've stopped talking about it. I'm not really ready to talk about it, but we're sort of talking about it. I'd love to see you build out your tabletops. They're also awesome. Maybe a time lapse. I've done a few videos as the years have gone on how I do a table. I'm not sure if there's one on... for general consumption on the... I definitely did a couple for members and things, or for the old DZ TV crew. I should do another one at some point, shouldn't I? Like how to stick... I think I've got one. There is definitely one on YouTube at some point, which is how to stick... If you go to my channel and then put how to build a table. I think I did one with Urban Mats or GameMat.eu stuff, because it does take me a while, and I enjoy the process very much. Put a good hour into every board that I make, and I do enjoy it's very zen building a lovely board. Can we talk about not being able to charge out of a drop pod? That makes me sadder than the book. You're not able to charge out of a drop pod in 40k. You're not able to charge out of a drop pod in 30k. You've never been able to charge out of a drop pod except in 30k, and if it is a dreadnought drop pod, which is like, hey, they don't let the little guys charge out. But actually no, in 9th edition you could charge out. You could deep strike, you put in, and they could charge out, couldn't they? I'm not sure, but it's not a thing, and it's never been a thing. It's not an assault vehicle unless you're a dreadnought. It's a dreadnought drop pod, and then you're in 7th edition or 30k. It would be broken. It would be broken, right? Wouldn't it be broken? You should absolutely be able... No, you shouldn't be able to charge out of a drop pod, Sultan. Stop stirring them up. No, it comes in, the gravity arrestor, bam, the things come off, there's smoke, there's dust, you step out. It's not like a clang boarding, it's not, a boarding vehicle stops, the door slam open, you're already running. A drop pod slams in, then the bolts have to slam down, then you have to take your arrestor harness off, then you've got to get your bolt. It's not one smooth, clean motion like throwing a hedgehog down a slide. It's not that. Can you fall out of one if drunk in Cardiff? Probably. Really enjoy the 30k battle routes. Lots more, please. The one on Sunday, this Sunday coming, will be a 30k battle report this Sunday. Haven't edited yet, but we're going to Isfam 5, and I think it's 4,000 points of Raven Guard versus Wordbearers. It might be another 5,000 point one. But I think we did 4,000 points. And that's with James from MarchWar.co.uk. We're going to Isfam 5. Have to do it. No, Stuart. Here's my counter argument. It's cool. Yes, I mean, it would. Is it cool to charge out of a drop pod? It's not. I mean, that's a good counter argument. It's cool. It's always a good counter argument. I think this is cool. Sultan Shed. Yeah, but we don't listen to Sultan, do we? I mean, even his dogs don't listen to Sultan. Even Arthur and Bram don't listen to him. Why should I listen to him? But they're Space Marines, not some puny human. I know a puny human would be liquefied if they were dropped from orbit in a drop pod. It's all the Space Marines can do to stand up straight and get out and find their gun. What would be... I mean, parachutes, exactly. That's a good point, William Willis. Parachutes are hardly assault vehicles either, are they? You get dropped out of a parachute and suddenly... Nah. A Space Wolf wouldn't wear a seatbelt in his drop pod. If you can charge out of a Land Raider, then you should be able to charge out of that metal designed specifically to plant you as close to the enemy as possible. It's designed to plant you as close to the enemy as possible. But you need to see a Land Raider, a Storm Eagle, a Thunderhawk. They've got, and even other assault vehicles such as like the Drakari skimmers and things. They used to be assault. I get it because they're just clinging on and they've already got their weapon in hand and they throw off. You've got to take your seatbelt off. The Space Wolf has got to unblock his seatbelt, find his bolt gun. It's got to, and it's about, drop pods are about laying down. They drop in the ones with the turrets first and the things and then the missiles and they drop them in and then the pods come in and their area effect stuff, overwhelming force, very Sons of Horus, yay, shoot. And then after a bit of shooting and a bit of area clearing, then they go hacking and slashing, right? You can't do a little roll with it. No, I'm not a squig. Storm Raven also, you can't charge out with Storm Raven now, but yeah. Can you imagine the chaos? It would be a bit awkward dismounting from a drop pod, right? There's chaos dismounting from a drop pod. It's not easy. I mean, do the Venoms and the Raiders, are they still assault vehicles like they used to be? I don't think they are, right? They took that away from the Dark Eldar. Like they got the assault vehicle rule for Land Raiders. But I think they took that away from the Dark Eldar, which is curious because Venoms and Raiders always used to be assault vehicles. So you'd think they'd get that back again. Mind you, they took Fearless away from Tyranids. Did you know, like, the rule Feel No Pain was originally written for Blood Angels. The first time the rule Feel No Pain was ever used was in the Blood Angel Codex, and I think it was like 3rd edition. They invented this new rule. Boom. Now it's everywhere. There was a rule... Fearless, and that was invented for Tyranids. Fearless. They don't take leadership tests. And they've taken that away from Tyranids. It's weird. Fire me from orbit, brother. I wish to slap a man. Exactly. What are you saying up there, Sultan? What are you saying up there? Picture this. An orbitally launched transport that is basically a glorified solid shot weapon hurtling into the planet, landing in a futuristic battle only for lads with swords to fly out. So 40k. And guns. Swords and guns. Everything you said is fine. It's fine. Did we find out Storm Raven also? Did you talk about Orc Truck Battle Wagon? Yes, they used to have assault ramps, but they don't have any more. But yes. That's because James Workshop are afraid of melee in this edition for some reason. Maybe. Death Company, that was it, yeah. Feel No Pain was done for Death Company. Pretty sure they call them drop pod assault in multiple books. Source, trust me. They do call them drop pod assaults. It's a drop pod assault. But it doesn't make it an assault vehicle, does it? It doesn't make it an assault vehicle, unlike an Orc Truck or a Dark Eldar Venom. Those are definitely assault vehicles. Yeah. How do you feel about the 40k Eidolon model? I really hope it happens with Emperor's Children. Eidolon's got a model in 30k. if it happens for 40k. So Eidolon in 30k, he's got a bit of a demon in him after. So a thing happens with... spoilers for Eidolon, if you've... I mean, it's 17 years old, the whole series. So, but spoilers, and when I wave my hand, you can come back again. Eidolon, first couple of books, absolute dick. No one likes Eidolon. In book 15, 16, I forget which one, Fulgrim punches him in the head and his head comes clean off, kills him, dead Eidolon. But Fabius, being Fabius, sews his head back on again. And I like that. It's a nice scene, like he's working on his body and Eidolon's head is over there to the left, all hooked up like brain in a vat type stuff. And Eidolon, being the dick that he is swearing at Fabius, telling him, I'm going to kill you when this is done. Be careful with my body. Even when he's ahead, like, argh. And Fabius is like, nah, you're not going to do anything, mate. Because when Eidolon is reanimated and brought back to life, he's got a bit of a demon inside of him. He's not wholly his own dude anymore. He's also, Fabius has done Fabius things to him, so he's not entirely control of himself. He's more of a meat puppet for Fulgrim, for Fabius. So if Fabius comes back in 30k, then after 10,000 years of that coursing through his veins and all the demon and the stuff, he shouldn't really be anything like Eidolon is back then. Like Khan is still, that's another story. And Lucius, at least you can get a Khan, Fabius, Lucius model and they look like them. Eidolon in the 40k verse should look very much changed. Because by the end of the 30k Horus Heresy, he's very changed. Anyway. Stuart, you just said I need tea. Look, my brew's gone. I would love a tea as well. Why did you have to say I need tea? Now I want a tea as well. Can you make me one, please? Milk, 2 sugars, milk first. Thank you very much. And congratulations and welcome to anyone in the Mug Club. We didn't add any new members to the Mug Club this week. Still 38 of you out there. You're a legend. Imagine your pod going into the ocean and then you can't assault the ocean, right? I think 30k drop pod rules should be you can charge, but it's always a disordered charge. You've never been able to, 7th edition earlier, you've never been able to charge out of drop pods. And the Horus Heresy rules is built around that, and you've never been able to charge. Except Dreadnought drop pods. Because Dreadnoughts don't have... Drop pod goes in, take off the arrest harness, get gun, put gun, get out. Dreadnoughts, the pods come down and they walk out. They've already got their guns and they don't have any seatbelts on. They can go. If the Space Marines were hurtled down without the arrestor harnesses on, mag clamps, the rest of it, they're and without having to get their bolt guns and weapons which are stowed either side of them, if they were just stood there so they could go charging out, yes, but they can't because a drop pod assault being shot at by a boarding torpedo from orbit into Earth, which decelerates at Mach G's 5,000 and would liquefy a human, is not something that you could easily come running out of. You can't. It's never been a thing. It's not going to be a thing. Stop trying to make it a thing. Let's move on. Flask of tea needed for the day teams meet. Day of teams meet. What? Pods must have tea making facilities. Tanks. Did you know the Challenger 2 tank? You can make tea inside of it. Yeah, very important. To have a cup of tea inside your tank in the middle of a desert somewhere. It's on the water filtration system or something. It's there and it's hot all the time, so they can make tea. I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. So many member battle reports to choose from, says Matthew Coman. Hard choice of which to watch first. And if you would like to have Matthew's problem, then you could become a tier 3 channel member. And you'll find so many members' battle reports and have that same problem as him. And you'll join the 13th Fleet, jump in the Discord, get your ticket for the Firestorm event, Realm of Chaos, at the 29th to 30th of June. Meet me there. Come out drinking at Cardiff with me in the evening. Don't buy me any shots or alcohol, things like that, because I need to pace myself and not fall over and wake up somewhere in the suburbs of Cardiff after running away from the stag guys trying to get home again, which is 100 miles away. I don't want that to happen. I'll have some games to do the next day. Thank you. I just tried to order a mug, but they don't seem to know New Zealand exists. New Zealand doesn't exist. Oh, again, I watched that on the internet. Australia doesn't exist. It's just a myth. The world's flat. Where can I get the mug from? The ones on the YouTube store look different. It should look exactly the same. If you go into the YouTube store, click on the thing, then it'll send you the YouTube store. I mean, the links that I've got on the thing are just images from the store. So if you click on a t-shirt or on a thing or on a mug, it'll take you to the YouTube store, and then you can view lots of different products there. There's more in the store than that's on the links, is what I wanted to say. Does that make sense? What's that? You have to look further down and pick the alternate. There you go, Stuart. See, Stuart knows. Epic Votan, I had that issue. You need to look further down and pick the alternative designs. It's an adventure. You have to go on an adventure through the store to find the bits that you want. Dingwort, long time listener, first time caller. Do you think you would ever do these are all my armies videos? Do you think you would ever do these are all my armies videos? I did a video recently which is this is my entire Horus Heresy collection so far. I did that one. And I need to revisit that. I have done videos of here's all of my Space Marines and here's all of the Penitent Forge, but I haven't done a video like that for about 6 years. So I could do that, yes. Do I think I'd ever do one again? Yes. Am I going to do one anytime soon? I haven't got any plans to do. I mean, do you want it all in one video? All in one video? Or are we talking about lots of different videos? That's a lot of work. Then I've got to get all the boxes out, got to put all the stuff down, then I've got to turn the camera on, and I've got to talk. It's lots of work. Where is the Discord? It's in the Discord. You get your membership, and then you get a link to the Discord. I don't know how you get in there. Why is someone sending me a message in the middle of my life? Who is this? Okay, it's good. Hi, Adam. What was your first model? First model way back, 1984. Some dwarves, I think, or skeletons. I can't remember. It was before 40k was a thing. How'd you get in the Discord? How'd you get in the Discord? I haven't broke it yet. Stranger come knocking. I haven't. Thank you so much. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a Master of Executions that Stranger Come Knocking Hobby made, who is, again, another legend of the Discord. Look at that beast. Look at that beast. Stranger Come Knocking once had to go to hospital because he had green stuff poisoning for sticking. Don't lick your paints. But yeah, Master of Executions for Alex SEO's World Eaters. And I've got to paint it like I painted Alex's Angron. But he's up there because Alex has been working on his Galval back. And anyway, it looks lovely. How'd you get into the Discord, guys? How'd you get into the Discord? Someone's asking. I thought that like you get your membership and then you get a thing and then you get a link and then you follow the link and then you can get into the 13th Fleet Discord. Is that how it works? How does it work? Yeah, he's an absolutely masterful sculptor. You're absolutely right, Sultan. Tap Winter's name. Tap C Perks. The link is in there. See, Sultan? What would I do without you? What would I do without you? Add a comment, says Damned Legion. Thank you for adding that comment. The algorithm hears your prayer. I put all of my models out recently. I'm no longer allowed to talk about my wife's clothes shopping. Yeah. Yeah. If you put all your models out, yeah. They can't know, can they, how much it really costs? They can't know. They can't know how much it really costs. 3 kidneys and a pint of blood a week. If you're in America, they sell blood in America, don't they? Loads of vampires in America. I know that much. I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. That's why you have to sell blood there, because shortage of blood, because all the vampires. All the damn vampires. It was in Lost Boys as well, you know. One thing I could never stand, all the damn vampires. Have you filmed Old World yet? Yes. I filmed 2 1,000 point battles. Again, I was thinking about releasing this weekend a battle report on the Saturday and a battle report on the Sunday. The Saturday being an Old World one and the Sunday being a regular one. Doesn't help that you need so many models for an army these days. My 1,500 point Raven Guard army is 48 models. Sultan is now doing Raven Guard. Sultan is up to his 28th separate Space Marine chapter now. I don't know why. How many Space Marine chapters have you actually got, Sultan? Now you're doing Raven Guard. I mean, Raven Guard, Death Watch, Grey Knights, they count. Blood Angels, White Scars, Salamanders, Void Walkers, Blood Angels. There's 8. I'm missing one. I know I'm missing one. You need to count. Go away and count. My wife the other day, how many models do you need? I replied, how many pairs of shoes do you need? You don't say that. You don't, if she ask you how many models, you don't turn around and say, how many pairs of shoes? No. How many models do you need? The answer is all of the models. I need all of the models. If you were a billionaire, you'd have all the models. And not all of them would be painted because there'd be a small pile of shame there for you to paint yourself. All the other ones that you couldn't be bothered to paint, like you could ship out here, there and everywhere for other people to paint, but you'd still have your own project of painting, wouldn't you? I would. If I was a billion trillionaire, I would get all the models. All the models, all the time. I'd get 7 of them. 7 of all the models of all the time. 7 of all the boxes. Because that's Nurgle's number, the blessed number. And I would still have a pile of shame. That was my pile of shame, my own personal pile of shame that I would be digging through while I'm doing the Discord. Old World for the win, all of them. See, 3 of each, 7 of each, I say. Oh yes, I was thinking of buying 2 more Age of Darkness boxes. Good idea. Exactly, you should 2 more Age of Darkness. 3 Loyalist Space Marines armies, 1k Thousand Suns, that's 4. Always a warehouse just to store my plastic crack. Exactly. Many boxes. Get many boxes, not just one. Get all the boxes all the time. That's where I call that. This is, look. I've got onto the Land Raiders now. Doing Iron Hands. I so want to finish off the Raven Guard. So I'm done with the Raven Guard, but I'm waiting for the boxes from Element Games to finish off the assault packs for the Raven Guard, so I can do 2 videos. 1, here is my finished Raven Guard collection. And 2, here's how you paint black. Because I keep getting asked that about my Raven Guard. But while we're waiting, we are on to Iron Hands, doing Iron Hands things. Because that's ISFAN 5, right? We're on to ISFAN 5. Because it's black, I've got yellow stuff and orange bits for the bases, because black and silver you want a bit of colour, a bit of pop on there. So I've already started on the light's terrible, sorry guys, and that's Forge Lord or Battlesmith with a full Mechadendrite hive on. So we started on them, but I'm not supposed to show you those guys yet because I need to finish off the Raven Guard first. I'm still waiting for the boxes to turn up, but the boxes haven't turned up because with the order there's the flock, and the flock still isn't there yet, and it's getting a bit frustrating. I really should email them and say, send me the other bits, don't worry about the flock. You can keep your flock, because obviously, as you can see, I went out and bought the flock. Where are we? The flesh is weak, but deeds endure. You know the full. The flesh is weak, but deeds endure. And it is Vulcan who said that to him as well. The boxes look so nice on the shelves. It makes my shelves look like my Gately. I know, right? When you have the boxes of, when you have stuff up there, like sat on the shelves behind you of your to-do list, it's like Sultan, did you actually Raven Guard, you're up here. Raven Guard, Blood Angels, Void Walkers, Black Templars, Death Watch, Salamanders, White Scars, Crimson Fists, Grey Knights. So 9. I missed the Crimson Fists. I missed the Crimson Fists. 9 different Space Marine chapters. All for 40k. Actually, no, because you said your Blood Angels and your Salamanders can also do 30k. But all just legend. Absolute legend. Put them back up. There. Stay. I can't even make a collie stay. Stay. Name that film. I love my Salamanders. I paint them up in the old Badab yellow scheme. That's a nice scheme, man. That's a nice scheme. Yeah. That is a very nice scheme. Got my Karachnos today. I can't wait to try it out in the Karachnos. I don't know what you're talking about. I have a total of 15 armies and over half of them are Marines. Says Sultan from Sultan Plays YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out Sultan Plays YouTube channel for lots of awesome hobby content. I was having a conversation with someone the other day and he was like, why is Sultan Plays not as big as like Eric's Hobby Workshop or Squibmar? Or because Sultan's videos are banger. They're bang on. I like them. They're well edited. The guy can talk properly, unlike me. He can paint, unlike me. They just deserve a lot more views. You see some videos on the interwebs and you think, why hasn't this got a billion views? Why is this? Why? I don't understand it myself. I don't. And then I watch other views that have got videos with billions of views and go, this is a pile of dog water. I would not let my dog drink from this water. Not that I have a dog. How has this got so many views? I don't understand it. The machine spirit, though, the holy algorithm of Mars, who knows how it functions? Ah, dear. Karachnos is a Mechanicum's big barrage boom town. What? Big barrage boom tank. I know the Krios assault tanks. I know the Ordinatus. Karachnos. Now you've got me thinking. Basically, dog water, yeah. If there's a big boom tank in the Mechanicum, I want it. Fast attack. Heavy support. Thanatar. Myrmidons. Oh, that one! The Karachnos assault tank. I know the one you want, with the missiles and stuff. Yeah, man, that's sweet. I know the one. Galvanic traction dies. 225 points. Hazardous munitions. Shock ram, 2 sponsor mounted lightning locks, and they're the proper lightning locks with a flare shield. Front armor 14 with a flare shield on a 225 point model. Why haven't I got one of these? And they look sweet with the missiles on them. With the whole missiles on them. Karachnos mounted mortar battery. Please wait one, guys. We're checking the rules for the Karachnos mounted. I need to fall in love with the Sept of the Summer Lightning again. You do, particularly. Sultan, you need to fall in love with the Tau Sept of the Summer Lightning again because Kroot are coming. Kroot. See all the Kroot reveals? Karachnos. Is it because the weapons are absolutely terrible? Is this why I haven't got it? Karachnos mortar battery. Missile weapons. Karachnos mortar battery. Strength 6 AP4. Massive blast 7 inches. You have my attention. Fleshbane. So it wounds on a 2. Okay. So Radphage ignores cover pinning shell shock 3. Okay, so it's a 7-inch massive blast that wounds on 2. So this is heresy for you. Look at all these rules. Heavy 1, massive blast, 7 inches. Barrage, Fleshbane, Radphage, ignores cover, pinning, shell, shock, crawling, fire. So for the uninitiated, what this means is it's not the 5-inch blast, it's the 7-inch blast. It fires 60 inches and it will always wound anything with a wounds value on a 2, unless it's Automata or Dreadnought, and then you've got to re-roll a wound against it, but you will get a full armor save against it because it's only AP4. So if you have 2-up saves, if you're firing this in at Terminators or Dreadnoughts, you're unlikely to cause a wound. However, if you do cause a wound, it's Shell Shock 3 at pinning, which is -3 to your leadership test and pinning. So again, not really good at Dreadnoughts. It's a great anti-infantry. It ignores cover, which means you can't shroud against it. And crawling fire means if you scatter off, you can pull it back again 2 inches. Radphage as well means if you take a wound from this weapon, then your toughness characteristic is permanently reduced by 1 till the end of the game. And it's 225 points with armor 14 at the front with a fair shield. I need one. Thank you. Yes, I need one. But see, I've just added these. I'm doing the side. Hold up the picture. There isn't a picture. It was. It's with the Krios assault tank. That's the Krios. This one's the Krios assault tank. There's the Krios Venator and the Krios. That isn't that one. The picture. I'll see if I can find one in there. That's the Ordinatus. Anyone read Black Reach? I'll try and find a picture of it. I'm not sure if there is one in the book. It looks similar to that, but that's the transport. It looks similar to that, and instead of the transport at the back, it's got missile racks that fire out of it. It's a similar chassis, basically, built around the same chassis with big lightning locks hanging on the side and missiles at the back. But that's the transport equivalent. Whew, where are we? Someone get Ben a bajillion pounds. Quick. Ben, if I had a bajillion pounds, I'd buy Winter's Salt and a huge studio. Can someone get Ben a bajillion pounds, please? Because Ben's, yes. And then I'd buy GW shares and watch them grow. Well, if you had a bajillion pounds, you could buy Games Workshop and buy us a studio. Winters, says Sultan, can I paint an Iron's Hand character for you? Yeah. Let me do the base though, because I'm doing the bases. But if you want to do a base Iron Hands character for me, yes please. I would love an Iron Hands character. A guy with a banner would be very useful. I can give you the models. I've got spare models all over the place. But a Herald, Iron Hands Herald, banging. Where can I get a copy of that book? This book, you can buy a copy of this book from a bookstore. No, you can't get them from bookstores. You can't even get them from Games Workshops. You'll have to go online. You'll have to go to the bookstore of the 21st century, the Games Workshop website. Good luck with that. It's a nightmare. But that's where you get this book, and that's the Liber Mechanicum rules for the Horus Heresy. In here as well is Knights and Titans. I spent over £500 on Games Workshop books and products simply because of this channel. Oh my God. I'm sorry, Ben. I'm sorry to your wallet. If I'm mega rich, I want to be happy watching these. It would be an investment. Thank you, Ben. I really appreciate it. I had a conversation with where are we? Morlock with Banner. A Morlock with Banner would be epic. I'm thinking, look, I know because in Iron Hands you could put anyone in the Morlock armor. If they come in Tartarus or if they come in Cataphracti, you can put them in Morlock armor. But I was just thinking about a dude with a banner, and I'm happy for them to be not in Terminator armor or in Terminator armor or in... I need a Herald. You need like 3 different Heralds. Heralds are good. They have fear, fearless, and make the unit score. They're good. So if you want to do that. Are you kit bashing the Iron Hands Bionics? So the stuff hanging off the Iron Hands, again, another video that I need to make is... marchofwar.co.uk do a veteran upgrade set. So, and in the veteran upgrade set, you can get things like bionic legs, bionic helmet. I mean, if you bought the set from March of War, you'll get up a pack with all the bits in and other things. But I asked him for like 90 of everything. So he said, I'm not snapping them off all the individual sprues for you. Here you go. And he just sent me all the bits from the veteran upgrade set from marchofwar.co.uk. That's another video I need to do. But the thing is, I've got to finish off the Raven Guard thing first before I do videos on how to put... Gotta do. Here am I. The Raven Guard are done. This is what they look like. Aren't they pretty? Thank you for your 21 months. Fabius Bow, I love you too. Thank you. I've got to do. Here are my Raven Guard. They're all finished. Here's how I went about painting black. Done. And before I start doing videos on. And by the way, I'm doing Iron Hands. And this is where I got all the bits for the Iron Hands from. So they're not kit bashed. They're from muchofwar.co.uk, who's got all the bits and things. So I've got bionic legs, bionic arms, bits, bolts, things hanging. I wanted them to look very, very Iron Hands, and they do. Gym jams. I'm already in my gym jams. Where are we? I went away because spoilers. I came back and I missed Heresy Gaming. What? Heralds are what? Just Craig. Heralds. So Heralds, I think they're only 25 points. Heralds come with a banner. The banner gives them fear and fearless. So fear, good. Fearless, not so good because you can't shroud if you're fearless. But they score. It's a bit like Ventanus. Banners. Ventanus. Remus Ventanus has got a banner. So he scores. So if you have a Herald as one of your HQ slots, you can attach him to a unit of Terminators. You can attach him to Tactical Marines. You can attach him to some Vets. You can attach him wherever you want to. The unit that he's attached to dies. He can run off and attach to another one. But him and the unit that he's attached to gain line. So it's a good way of giving a unit of Veterans or Terminators or something line. Or a command squad line. You don't have to, because command squads don't necessarily come with banners. You can just chuck a herald in there, or you can. But having a herald in normal artificer armor or a herald in Terminator armor, having both of those, so you can mix and match and chuck them in separate units whenever you want to, is a great idea. I need a good brief on what you want this time. I painted the Emperor's Children banner for you. And freehand Fulgrim's name early to learn you're a loyalist. No, look, thank you so much for painting the... Look what Sultan did for me. I could not paint that banner. No way. So a banner for a dude in my Palatine Blades. He did a lovely job. There's a video on it on Sultan Plays YouTube channel. And I don't care. It's been in battle reports a bunch of times. I've played it a bunch of times. He's a loyalist. It's got Fulgrim's name on it. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's lovely. Any Iron Hands dude with a banner, either in normal armor or Terminator plate, I can give you the models and I can give you bits. If you want to paint one for me, go for it. I'd love it. Where are we? Pride of the Legion gives Termies line though, right? Pride of the Legion doesn't give Terminators line. Pride of the Legion, yes it does actually. Pride of the Legion, yes. You can take that right of war and 2 units of Terminators or Veterans or equivalents gain line. That's one way to do it as well. But if you bring Pride of the Legion, you can only have 1 heavy slot and you can't ally with anything. So if you want a bit more flexibility, Herald. Did you see that SOP stop motion return of the Primarch video? Did I see SOP motion return of the Primarch video? Stop motion return of the Primarch video? No. There is absolutely amazing stop motion animation this fellow on YouTube made that culminates with the return of Bobby G's apologies if you've already been made aware and I'm just being an echo. What is the name of the video? I want to see it. Let me write it down on my list. Baz B. What is it called, dude? Dude? Bro. Dude. Bro. Bro. Dude. Bro. Is it only 1 fast attack? I thought it was 1 heavy. Is it 1 fast attack and 1 heavy? I think you're right, actually. It is 1 fast, 1 heavy. And no allies. So your Pride of the Legion is really quite restrictive. But it's a strong right of war. What's it called? It's just called Return of the Primarch. I'm writing it down anyway, because my brain, man, I'm definitely... How long is it? How long is Return of the Primarch? Are we talking a stop motion animation? I've seen it on my feed now, you remember. I've seen it pop up saying, hey, you should watch this. And I was like, But with the recommendation, I will watch it. Siri Esco, I'm working on 40k animation right now. Wow. Wow. What are you working on? Tell us. Can you tell us? Is it for a video game? Is it for something else? Is it for something personal? What you're working on? I need to know. Very clever use of the Joy Toy figures. Ultramar campaign. It's 8/16. Okay, that's easily consumable. So everyone, go and watch Return of the Primarch. We'll discuss it next week. Or someone remind me to discuss it next week. Sometimes I hate that pussy. Less than 10 hours later, Winter searches for Primarch's return. Yeah. Heralds are good. Pride of Legion is good. My ideal list for my Loyalist Emperor's Children army is written around Pride of Legion, but I've got enough points now to run them as traitors, and I'm pretty set with the Emperor's Children for now. So, personal project. You don't think it's ever been done before, though? Nice. So if you get it done, Siri Esco, then let us know. Come back here when it's done. Let us know. We'll shout it. Hey, Winters, my man. Says hello, Payne. No need to shout hello, Payne. I hope you're having... Oh, he's not shouting anymore. I hope you're having a great time. Just hopped in for the stream and want to say hello from Germany. Hello, Germany. 9. The number 9. Have you watched... I watched a video which is something like watching Star Wars in German. Ich bin not rein. It was terrifying. Some languages, like some accents, like the Scottish one is really harsh. No, that was Irish, but the Scottish is really harsh as well. It's hard to be romantic in German with that accent. It's hard to be romantic in Scottish. It's hard to be very romantic in West Country English either. You know what I mean? But Italian is so lilting and up and down and flowy, and Spanish has got that as well. Some languages have just got this, the way they sound, and then some other languages, the way they sound is just, it's weird how that is, right? You know, it's hard to... Romeo and Juliet in Italian must be awesome to listen to, but Romeo and Juliet in like an Edinburgh backstage theatre is probably nightmare fuel. You know what I'm saying? Winters, should I use my Age of Darkness box set for Sons of Horus or Word Bearers? It all comes down to what legion do you really want to collect? What legion inspires you the most? What legion? Because once you've painted it, you're going to have them painted and they're going to be sat there for some time. I'll have to say, though, that the Word Bearers, I mean, the Sons of Horus. See, the thing about the Sons of Horus, the big legions like Sons of Horus, Dark Angels, Blood Angels, the big crusading legions had access to everything. They had all the toys all the time. The War Masters Legion had all the beans. The Dark Angels, all the beans. Imperial Fists, all the beans. Yes, they had some specialized ranks and specialized detachments and specialized units, but they weren't short of anything in particular. There's some other legions that aren't massive crusading legions that were more specialist, and therefore you don't see ranks and ranks of Leviathan Dreadnoughts in a Raven Guard Legion. I don't think they had very many beforehand. You had lots of bikes and skimmers in the Emperor's Children Legion, but they were a bit short on heavy armor. There's Sons of Horus got access to everything. So they're a pretty good legion if you want to catch a bit of everything, because you don't ever have to make up a narrative reason why something is in your list or in your army, because it's Horus's Legion. They had all the things. Word Bearers, they're a bit more unique. They're a bit more specialized, and there's some really nice specialist units that you can add to them, like the Galvor Back, the Marigal Dreadnought. They can also summon demons. They're not your typical Legion. So there's a different kind of hobby attached to that once you get into the weeds of doing the Word Bearers. You know what I mean? Chat, stop moving so refreshed. Brilliant. Is 20 Iron Warrior Tyrants in an army doable? And if so, is it naughty? Or you mean Tyrant Siege Terminators? They are doable. Is it naughty? Yes. Are there ways to mitigate it against it? Yes. If the Sons of Horus were the executioners of the Dark Gods, the Word Bearers were the heralds and the architects. There's no heresy without the bearers, and it makes them so interesting in so many ways. They are good bad guys. I like having good bad guys, your Darth Vaders, your things like that. Good bad guys are essential for a good narrative. Bad narratives tend not to have very good bad guys. I mean, one of the things that makes Batman so one of the most beloved superheroes of all time is Joker. Sorry if that's a dumb question. Do you know when the Word Bearers Battle Report will be posted? Looking forward to it tomorrow. For members, Tier 3 channel members, there is a 13th versus the Word Bearers going up tomorrow. Every single Winter's Wednesday, extra battle report for members. And then there's the Anchorite, one of the finest loyalists of the Traitor Legions. Man, the Anchorite, he's still alive today. He was a Word Bearer. He looked over the fence, he saw how bad it was, and he came back the other way. Stuart, thank you for your donation from the land that doesn't exist. New Zealand definitely doesn't exist, but thank you for your donation, because they will not send Winter's mug to Azerbaijan, but not to New Zealand. Sad face. Oh, so you're just chucking me $5 New Zealand anyway, because they won't send you a mug. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you. Still posting W after W. Each new verse an absolute banger. The Anchorite is a G. I can't find the mug with "and this is how the world ends." It is not "this is how the world ends." It is "this is the way the world ends." Okay, not with a bang, but with a whimper. So what you do is the images that I've got on the YouTube thing aren't all the products that are available in the YouTube store. Click on the thing. Then it will take you to the YouTube store, and then you can scroll through the store. And in the store, there's many, many images and many, many things. And you will, if you scroll down, you'll find this one. You will find this one. I promise you, it's there. It's like you have to dig for it. If it was easy, it wouldn't be Winter's SEO. Have I played Chaos Gate Demon Hunters? No. Don't get excited. That's only about 27p. Is it? $5 New Zealand is about 10p. I'm excited anytime anyone wants to try and help me out by donating, supporting, clicking, liking, subscribing, sharing. Said it before, I say it again. I wish it would be great if I was a billionaire, because then there would be no members. Then everything would be for free all the time, for everyone all the time, and I would still be here making content. I mean, Sultan's in the chat. I've had a long conversations with Sultan, with friends, like, hey, what would you do if you won lots of money? And we've had this conversation, and I would still do YouTube. I like my hobby. I would still play 40k. I would still play Heresy. I would still do my hobby, but I would have all the armies and a battle bunker somewhere, and Sultan will probably be running it. So when I do events, I don't have to go to a place to do an event. Everyone could just come, and there'd be a studio up there. Up on the top floor, there'd be the studio with all the armies, lots and lots and lots of storage. There'd be my den where I would still paint stuff. I would still make videos, probably not as many videos. What I would probably do is, if I was a bajillionaire, I would do a campaign based on Isfan 3 set to the books with all the characters, with all the scenery, official as I can, and Isfan 5 with all the books and all the characters as official as I can, and get all the scenery done and all the armies done. I would do the Burning of Prospero. I would do it, all of them. I would also do the First Tyrannic War. I would do the Fall of Cadia, and I'd have all the armies and all the stuff, and we'd do micro battles here. We'd do Battlefleet Gothic there. We'd do big apocalypse things there, and I would film that and have people around and create that content and stick it on the internet. And this is one of the things. Why oh why does not Warhammer Plus TV thing, whatever it's called these days, why have they not done that yet? Why is there not a Pariah Nexus battle report series out there? These are the guys that make this stuff. with the miniatures and with the thing, they could do kill team. They could do from the small scale up to the big scale, and the things in between. A body of work, like 12 stuff. This is the Pariah Nexus from Games Workshop. This is the Fall of Cadia from Games Workshop. This is the Drop Site Massacre Isfahan 5 from Games Workshop. Why have they not done that? Are they just... Well, we know why. We know why. They're paid to hobby. They don't... The people who create all the stuff are paid to hobby and paid to make certain content. They don't love it like we do. But anyway, if I was a bajillionaire, massive studio... No, not. A battle bunker somewhere with all the things, good big studio in, podcast area separate, hire a sultan to run the place, a hall that could fit at least 50 tables in, a shop, a cafe, library, all that sort of stuff. We'd have all that set up and hire all my friends. And then it doesn't matter if it makes any money. It just needs to break even and pay the guys the salary. And that's the dream for me. That would be the dream. James Wood. Love your acting, by the way. Lovely. Hey, Winters, any chance of Blood Angels in the Horus... Any chance for Blood Angels in the Horus Heresy Battle Reports coming? There is a chance. I know one person who potentially might have a Blood Angels army to film against. But that's as far as it's gone. So thank you for your 11 months. You're a great actor. I salute you. 11 months. Thank you. But there's a thin line at the moment. Wait, I have to run what? You don't know. You would be in charge. It would be essentially yours. Here you go. And as much, it's, yeah. You know what I mean? Bar, but only opens after 9 p.m. We'd have the thing. It would be essentially a Games Workshop with a bar and a library, black library. You can imagine the ultimate gaming geeky place with all the board game. It would be fun. Oh, a battle bunker somewhere down south, because I think Element Games they've got the big room and they've got all the toys and they've got a bar. I mean, if you've ever been to Element Games, it is in Manchester. Just, it's a bit dodgy. But the venue itself and the venue on the outside as well looks a bit... But it is Manchester, It could be worse. It could be Swindon. But on the inside, they cover almost all the bases in the store. And there is a bar. And they got 50 tables. And it's always busy. And the atmosphere there is really good. When I went to Firestorm, though, Firestorm in Cardiff is a really nice venue as well. But something like that, but twice the size. The coffee and bookshop will have Imperial Officers' Wardroom vibes. Exactly. Can you put a golden throne in the bathroom with a bunker? That would be epic. Make sure all the toilets were golden thrones. You're a bajillionaire. You could do the whole thing, like all the toilets, yeah, man. I just went for a shit on the golden throne. Since you're collecting all the Isfahan armies, big campaign with all the legions at the end of the year. Hopefully, be nice. We can spray paint a toilet gold. Yeah, no. But I mean, we could literally not just spray them gold to make them golden thrones. We could give them armrests and everything. You could settle down, like with your phone, have a proper poo, not like a rush poo, but one where you can take your time, where you can have a good scroll, where you can check the Discord as well as the Instagram, as well as all your messages. You can have a proper scroll, take your time in there. You know what I mean? And a beam of light comes out of it when you flush. Nice. That's exactly the sort of things that we're looking at. That's all us hobbyists want. A big golden throne for when we poo. And then, and every time you poo, splosh, hits the water, splosh. Some speaker goes, for the Emperor. For the Emperor. You're doing well. Or who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for? Name that movie. Where's Winters? He's been on the golden throne for 1,000 years. Badum-tish. Martin Meltzer, being in my mid-30s, any toilet that doesn't hurt my back would be great. Oh dear. In your mid-30s, oh, my sweet summer child, you have no idea. No idea. You need to, look, just, I'd like to tell you that as you get older, you get wiser. But that's not how it happens. You get more forgetful. I'd like to tell you as you get older, people respect you more for your wisdom and your ancientness. But that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. People don't respect you more because of your old and your wisdomness, because young people know everything. I'd like to tell you as well that as you get older, all these, that you've finally figured something out, that all the hang-ups and all the heartaches and all the stuff, you're like, okay, I've been through those wars. They come to some, but that doesn't happen either. You don't come to any kind of resolution. It all just starts getting tangled up in your brain, and then I think you go around the sun so many times you get dizzy, fall off, and die. I think that's what happens. 10,000 Eldar players are sacrificed every day to keep the toilet running. Yeah, a mass graveyard behind the car park. You know what I mean? That'd be lovely for all the Eldar players. You feel so much better now. Well, good. In your mid-30s, it's nice to feel better, because in the future, you won't. You got yourself a mug! T-shirt and mug. See, it does work, people. Welcome to the Mug Club. Jelly Utterly Lind. Thank you. Welcome to the Mug Club. See, I actually get an email and it will say the thing. Dude, you did buy a mug. It says here, you bought a mug. Well, it doesn't say who bought a mug, but it says someone bought a mug. So you definitely bought a mug. Thank you. I appreciate it. You bought a sticker. I sell stickers. Oh, yeah, I do sell stickers. She put that on there. Golden throne with a shape that doesn't give you pins and needles and piped in music. So what you're saying is it gets better. No. Everything gets worse and worse and worse. It becomes a horror show. A horror show. It keeps grinding on and grinding on and grinding on. You keep living. Back in the day, we would be trampled by the caribou or eaten by the wild lion or go down fighting hand to hand against the saber-toothed tiger. Back in the day, you wouldn't live past the age of 12. You'd go out like a goddamn hero on your goddamn shield. But these days, we fade away. These days, the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a whimper. Welcome to the 21st century. It's great. Only in death does doo-doo end. Brilliant, Ben. Thank you. That's you. Yeah, it is you. Thank you. It sounds pretty good to you. It does. I mean, I guess we don't get eaten by the tiger. I guess we do get to have tacos these days. Tacos are nice. The food selection's definitely got a lot better since we had to arm wrestle Australian drop bears. Things have definitely got a lot better since then. Since a third of children died before the age of 11 or something. I think it was only 100 years ago. Like 1 in 3 children died before the age of 11 or 12 or something. Before penicillin. Yeah, it got a bit better since then. For kids, anyway. Mind you, there's too many kids running around all over the place. And one day they'll take over the world. They must be stopped, you know. Anyway, so I've got up here adverts. I've got up here Return of the Primarch. Do something about the adverts. There's too many adverts. Return of the Primarch. Watch Return of the Primarch. I try to keep these podcasts under about an hour so that they are podcasts, VODs, whatever, so that they are digestible for the VOD squad who come along later. So, what? I've never been prouder. But I was trying to wrap up. Where are we? I've never been prouder of one of my puns, but he missed it. What are you talking about, Sultan? FFS. What does FFS mean? I don't... Can we spray paint a toilet? Yeah. On the back of the toilet door, only in death does doo-doo end. I've never been... And that was your pun. And you're proud of that. What's that I see over there? Is that a single tumbleweed rolling down the street? I don't understand. If that was you've never been prouder of a pun and I missed it. That's because, 1 minute. Let me check. Let me check. No, I definitely missed it. I can't find any fucks to give. I can't find them at all. Means for fuck's sake. We try not to swear on this either because sometimes there's children who watch it. So that's what that means. Oh snap. Sometimes you just have to let those hard to reach puns go. I am the king now. Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now. For fef's sake. For fef's sake. Boom. Gaunt's Ghost drop there. Or Gak if you're a Vervenhiver. Is Sultan still here? If you have anything to say, Sultan, I'm sorry I ruined your puns and things. Anyway, we were wrapping up. Return of the Primarch. Look at the adverts. I try and keep this within a certain range that's more digestible for the VOD squad who come later. If you're in the VOD squad and you're watching this later, and you got to this far in the stream, then thank you. You're an absolute legend. Let me know in the comment section below if you actually got this far. It'd be nice to see how many people actually do. If you're listening to me right now and you got to this part and there's 86 of us still here, thank you very much. You don't have to let me know. I know you're here. Get theft. I'm not paying you an iron hand anymore. Oh dear. And Eric Votan has been a member for 3 months. Good night, Winters. Good night to you, Eric. And good night to all of you in the chat. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you for... See, I try to keep it within an hour, but the last couple of occasions, we've been rambling on for almost 2 hours every single time. I've enjoyed myself the last couple of times. You know, you guys, you're nice to talk to. Thank you for your support. Just Craig, thanks for the stream tonight. Kept me entertained while painting up 1,600 points of Custodies for next month. Are you bringing 1,600 points of Custodies? That's a hard counter. Just because... Okay. Anyway, what are we doing? We're going. Press that one. We press this one. Thank you, everyone. You got this far. Yes, thank you for getting this far. I appreciate you. Stuart, you don't have to do some work. Just don't do any work. Just don't. Go and have a lovely lie down. You know, it's easy to do nothing. All you do is do nothing. Just do nothing. My Red Winters dice are exclusively used for field paid rolls and my opponents hate it. Nice. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Timothy Fowler. Thank you, Jelly. Some of you I might see at Firestorm Games in Cardiff, 29th to 30th of June. Check out all the tickets for sale in the Discord. To enter the Discord, tier 2 channel member or above. Right, I think I've repeated myself. I'm going. I need a tea. Happy wargaming.